Congratulations! Your loan has been pre-approved and you're ready to start shopping for a home. In today's video, we're going to cover the importance of a checklist for your home and neighborhood, different types of ownership, and why it's recommended to get a real estate agent on your side. So if you haven't started one, get a checklist together for your home and the neighborhood that you want to live in, ideally. And then prioritize the top 3 or 5 items on that list that you can't do without. They're must-haves. What this does is, it quickly filters out the homes that won't work for you, whether the yard is too small or it's too big, whether there aren't enough bedrooms, etc. And it also allows you to quickly decide whether or not you want to write an offer on a property once you've found one that meets those top 3 or top 5 items. Now, what are the different ways to take ownership? Well, there's a title that declares who the owner is, and you can be the sole and separate owner of that title, or there can be multiple people on that title. The most common types are joint tenancy and tenancy in common. Joint tenancy is where each owner has equal rights and equal ownership over the property, and when one dies, the surviving partner gets their ownership. As opposed to a tenancy in common where there are multiple partners, one partner can have more ownership than the others, and they can will their ownership to their heirs, unlike a joint tenancy where the ownership automatically goes to the survivor. Lastly, we'll talk about the importance of getting a real estate agent on your side as a buyer. As a buyer, you want a buyer's agent, and as a seller, you'll want a seller's agent. Makes sense. Sometimes you'll have a dual agency where one brokerage represents both the seller and the buyer, and even though they each have their own agent, both agents are affiliated with the same brokerage. So the brokerage can't negotiate on behalf of either party. They have to remain neutral and be fair and honest with both parties. But more than likely, you're going to work with one agent that works for one brokerage, and the seller is going to work with another agent that works for a different brokerage. Why it's important to get an agent on your side is that they work for commission, so they get paid when the job is done. And they're legally obligated to be fair and honest and loyal to you, the buyer, when they're your buyer's agent. Now, it's important to note the seller typically pays the commission for both agents. Why is that? Because the seller's agent wants to incentivize other agents to bring a buyer to them, and so they offer a commission. They offer to split their commission with other agents that bring a buyer. And that commission is split and distributed only when the house is sold. Your buyer's agent is going to guide you through the entire process. They're going to help you look for homes, show you homes. They're going to help write a really strong offer to stand out to the seller, and they're going to help you with everything all the way up until closing. I hope you learned something from this video. In the next one, we'll look at what happens when you found your ideal home and you're ready to write an offer. Until then, I'm Gabriel. We'll see you next time.